Hey guys, this is Sadiq here and welcome to our channel and welcome Farah to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Sadiq.
So today we'll discuss about a film which I personally think that it was one of the best and probably one of the most surprising movies of 2021 and one of the most unique thrillers of 2021. So as I think it's evident from the title that we are about to discuss about Writer. The Writer is a Tamil language crime thriller film. It is written and directed by a debutant director. His name is Franklin Jacob. So before going into more details about this film, I'll ask Farhad about giving us a small synopsis or a spoiler-free synopsis of this film.
Thanks, Sadiq. I over the weekend I did watch the Tamil film Writer, whose full review you can also find on my site popcornmovie.com. The link of which will be in the description box below.
Ah,
Writer essentially is a story of a cop who is a writer. He writes, he files the crime cases, such.
ah,
Uh, that's such a job in the police department, and he's nearing to his retirement age until one case comes up which leaves him in a dilemma. Now, because many people haven't watched this film, probably may not have heard about it, so I'm keeping that intact about what the case is and how it impacts or how it doesn't impact. I'm keeping all these questions intact. Okay. And I would just like to say that this is in that zone of Visaranai or even Night 2 essentially because it is a cop film on a social issue. So it is something of that sort. Visaranai more so nearing to this film. And I think the writing here again was quite good, stupendous here.
yeah.
So I think the debutant writer director Franklin Jacob, I think he's done a good job. You can see his inspiration from a few Vettimaran films. Yeah, some elements are taken. You can see, although not as brutal. Vettimaran is someone who goes all out. I don't think he's gone all out here, but still very effective in his storytelling. I would say it is a 2.5 hour film, but and it is daunting, in today's times. 2.5 hours is a very long time, but it passes off, uh, in a flash, especially because you are involved from the very first scene. Although the story doesn't start immediately, there is a build up, there is a environment that is created on how the police department works and the issues that they face, including long working hours or caste based situation also is there in the film. But I think it just it is again hard hitting at the end of the day. It doesn't sugarcoat, I would say. It's not as brutal as a Vetrimaaran film, but it doesn't sugarcoat in any which way. It just shows the harsh reality the way it is, Sadik.
Yes, yes. And as you mentioned about Vetri Maran, so the lead actor is in this film is Rakani. He was also in two of the previous Vetri Maran films, which included Vanda Chennai and Visaranai. So he was also there, and he had very important role. Specifically, in Vanda Chennai, he had a very important role of Guna.
Hmm.
Guna was the most brutal and the most meanest of them all. I mean, the guy who was
Hmm.
the pivotal of creating all the mess that was there. So
Yeah.
he was the main guy, and I just got to know that he's also a film director. He's not directed the film, but he's also a director who has directed many films. So I was only of the
Yeah.
view that he's only an actor, but he's not only an actor, but he's also a good director, and he's directed quite a lot of films. And
Hmm.
what I've seen so far that he's a phenomenal actor who can play any type of roles. Because I was highly impressed by him in Vada Chennai and Western Eye also, and here also in Writer. So I specifically wanted to ask you about his performance, Samu Tirakani, who played the key lead role, and when it looks from his his looks, his performances, whatever it is. So I mean, how was it? How was your take on his role? Because he's playing more of a, you can say, a title role in this.
Right. I feel that he's the pulse of the film. He's, I think, in almost every other frame that is there, every other scene that is there in the film, and he is the life of the film. Uh, the vulnerability that he brings to his character, the dilemma that he brings. Normally when we say that, when we say how are policemen, we say they're harsh, they're brutal, they're tough, but there he represents that section who are kind, they who has somebody who cares for others, looking out for his colleagues, his peers, everyone, looking after them as well, and in the bargain suffering also, because suffering at the hands of his bosses also. So this is a small dilemma that is there, and he's beautifully portrayed it. I think he is the life of the film. He's captured every emotion and lived every beat of his character, and he's held the film together. I would say he was the driving force of this film for me.
Amazing, amazing. And I totally agree on this that he was one of those, he's one of those characters that can pull it off. And I think, and looking specifically from the reviews, from not only from your side, but from the other reviewers, that they have praised him highly and he has done an outstanding job. And now coming to, the other performances, I mean, what do you take on the other performances of the other actors or characters, whatever they were involved in this film?
I think all of them have done a phenomenal job, considering that this was not a very high budget film. So
Yes.
it needed stronger performances, especially because the technical aspects weren't exactly strong here.
Yeah,
The production
exactly.
design was a little weak. I'm
Ah,
just coming to the technical aspects first to give a reference to the performance.
yeah, yeah.
The cinematography was good, but it was shadowed by a not so good production design. The background was a little grainy, and it you could make out that it was a low budget film at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the editing, I think, wasn't very sharp. It was okay. It was not on the dot. There was margin. It could have been a little more sharper. I'm not saying choppy. It was not choppy, but it could have been a little sharper. Uh, and yeah, so the technical aspects, music again wasn't great, the BGM wasn't great, the technical aspects weren't great of this film, so it had to be compensated. Firstly, the story was very powerful, and I'll come to the direction after you in the next segment, but sticking on to the performances, I really enjoyed the performance of Subramaniam Shiva, who played Xavier in the film.
Yeah.
He was excellent in the film.
Yeah.
Even Inea in a very small role as Saranya, she was, I think, excellent. Even GM Raman, I think his name was a lawyer. He played
Yeah.
was excellent in the film. Um, and even the inspectors that were the Hari Kishan and Hari Krishnan and Kumaresan, Kumaresan. They, I think, were also pretty good in their roles. Especially the character, of the ACP who was there. Uh, you your blood would boil. Looking at that character. That how selfish can he be. I don't want to give any spoilers. I cannot reveal much, but uh, you know all of them collectively held the film together. It was hard to overlook the performances, uh, and give weightage to the technical aspects, because after a point the technical aspects did not matter to me as much as the story and the performances did. Of course, the direction, which I'll come to also. So I think the performances were excellent here, sir.
Excellent. Excellent. So now coming to the background music of the score, I mean the music or the background music overall. So how did you find it?
As I said, Sadiq, it wasn't great, it wasn't memorable. It could have been much better, to be honest. Music, I think it just had one song. Okay, it was okay, nothing memorable. Background music at times I felt was a little loud in a few scenes.
Okay.
But I mean, you could make out that this was a low budget film. So, but still, there were many things to appreciate in this film, which turned the tide towards the film rather than the flaws.
Okay. So and now coming to the most important element, I mean the most important player of this film, I think, which was the director Franklin Jacob, because it's his debut film and his direction. That's so far what I've read about that has been phenomenal. So what's your take on this? His
Yeah,
direction and his writing.
I
Was
think,
he?
yeah.
He's
Both of
also
them were dual roles. Both the writing and the direction was, I think, excellent. I think at no point did he allow the film to drag. He was holding on to the proceedings very well, and you could see, you know, his references to Vetrimaran films. I think he must have been a student of cinema and studying the films of Vetrimaran, although he wasn't as brutal, but his writing was sharp here. It was right. I must say the writing was sharp. The direction was also quite good. Uh, he was constantly driving the story through a series of events that were there, and the mystery element that was there, he was able to successfully hold on to that. Although it didn't entirely come as a shocker, did while watching the movie, you can clearly make out that there's something wrong that is going on. But the social elements that he's touched upon, I think those are very relevant to the film as well. And I think he's come out a winner, and he's a great prospect to have. I think he'll have a great career. He has a great career ahead of him.
excellent.
He's fantastic. He's shown glimpses of brilliance here in this film, even with a low budget, which is, I think, a sign of a very good director.
Excellent, excellent. Now we are almost at the end of our review. So I'd like Farad to give the review of give his personal rating of this film.
So I would like to give it a generous 4 out of 5, and the detailed review, will also find on my site, Popcorn Reviews. Again, the link will be in the description box below. I could overlook a few technical aspects in bargain for some amazing performances and some sharp storytelling and direction. So it's a 4 out of 5 for me, Sadiq. And this film is streaming on Aha Tamil. I think the Aha was a Telugu app, and now they've started with the Tamil section as well. So the film is streaming on Aha.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So thank you so much, Farad, for your feedback and your review of this film, and thank you so much, guys, for being being present on our channel and providing your valuable suggestions and your valuable feedback for our channel. Thank you so much for that. And guys, I would also request you to please read Farad's review, which I've also provided on the description, and also visit Farad's channel, Popcorn Reviews, which is also available now on YouTube. So you can also check that. So thank you so much, guys, and I would like ask you to please
And
like, yeah,
and don't you want to tell the viewers that you've changed your channel name as well?
yeah, guys. I've also changed my channel name, so it's now from my name. It's now to Filmactico Reviews. So I wanted to be more of a film-centric channel. So I've changed this to Filmactico Reviews. So please check that out too. And I'll also try to mention it in the community tab also by in a few days. So guys, thank you so much for your valuable feedback, and you can also provide your
Thank
valuable. And you can also provide your valuable feedback regarding the movies that we can review in the near future in the comment section. So I would like you to
And
please,
please,
yeah,
yeah, please like, share, and subscribe to both our channels here,
yes,
Popcorn Reviews as well as Filmatico, yeah,
reviews, Filmactico reviews.
Filmatico Reviews. So
Yeah,
Popcorn Reviews and Filmatico Reviews, please subscribe to both the channels. Please like both the videos. Please comment and just show us your love. Like we are trying to, churn out a new video every day, and it is your love that we are being driven by that. So please do show your support, and please share the video if you like it,
yeah,
and spread the word. Both of us require a lot of support as well.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. So please take care and bye.
Thank you.